guys, it's me, Armanda. It is Sunday, October 29th. It's probably about 1:45 to 2 a.m. I'm having some difficulty sleeping, so I figured I would get on here and just basically journal or vlog some of my thoughts and some of the things that are running through my mind. Just to update you, if this is the first video you've seen, I've got quite a few now that are before this one, just basically tracking my journey through my weight loss journey. On November 15th, I will be going to Carmel, Indiana at the St. Vincent Bariatric Center of Excellence, and I will be getting gastric bypass, the Roux-en-y, with surgeon Dr. Diaz. I'm currently 30 years old. I had my birthday last week, so I'm now 30. I'm 5'7", and I'm in the 350s to 360s as current weight. If you've watched any of my videos, you've seen that I have gained some weight the past 6 months, actually, during this journey, because of medication reasons, and then just honestly stress reasons, and just I've kind of been a glutton, thinking about the things that I'm not going to be able to have large amounts of here in the near future. So I've just kind of been a glutton, which really isn't a good excuse, but we're being honest, and this is about honesty. So those are kind of my stats. That's where I'm at. I basically have this channel and I make these videos just to track my thoughts and my journey, and to hopefully be able to help out anybody in the future or now that's going through the same process, or somebody who's considering going through the process and just has some questions, because I've watched many of these videos from other YouTubers and things of that nature. So back to the main reason of tonight's video, or this morning's video, however you want to look at it. I am about 17 days away from surgery. And up until this point, I have not had a worry in the world. I have been completely carefree, just really kind of easy breezy, good hopes, good spirits about the entire situation. And been really positive up until this point. But as I'm laying in bed and I'm just trying to relax tonight and just enjoy myself and not necessarily go to sleep, because I was having some difficulty going to sleep, so I kind of gave up on that and was just kind of scrolling through Facebook. But a few things just keep running through my mind, and they're actually kind of starting to bother me. I'm really becoming stressed out about preparing food for my children the weeks soon after my surgery. I'm just been thinking about that, and I know that might be a silly concern to have, but that's what's really been going through my head a lot tonight. Is I'm really concerned about how I'm going to be able to prepare my children's meals for the first few weeks or the month right after my surgery, when I'm not able to eat any of those things, or just how the smells and the looks of the food that I'm preparing, how I'm going to be able to tolerate and how I'm going to be able to handle that. And I definitely don't want to be gripey towards them because I'm having to prepare them things. Because obviously my 3 kids are 11, 8, and 5, and they're not going to be going on the same diet as mommy because they're not receiving major abdominal surgery. So that's just one of my big concerns, is how I'm going to be able to not be a gripe, and how I'm going to be able to prepare meals for my kids. And then, I guess for anybody who's watched my other videos, one of the concerns that I've had kind of all along is how people are going to view me after the surgery, and when the weight, a significant amount of the weight starts to drop off, how people are going to view me and the things that they're going to say. And I don't know. I know, and everybody tells me that that shouldn't matter, and then it's my journey, and it's about how I feel, and I completely agree with that. It is my journey, and it is about how I feel about myself, and whether I'm healthy and able to be active and run around and do the things with my kids that I want to be able to do. But then again, on the other hand, people have a tendency to influence you. And when people are saying negative things or bombarding you with negative things or making remarks like you took the easy way out, or, oh God, you're looking too skinny, you're starting to look like a crackhead, or you look like you're on drugs, or why don't you stop losing weight already, or just all of those things are going through my head of people judging me and what they're going to say and how hurtful those comments are going to be. And who knows, I might be one of the lucky few that everybody in my circle decides to be super supportive and never says anything crummy like that. But let's face it, we're in the real world, and sometimes people can be mean and sometimes people can be ugly, and most likely I'm going to have to face some of those comments eventually, and I'm just nervous about it. I don't know how I'm going to react, because I typically try to brush things off that people say, and I think the silliest part of it is I'm worried about what people are going to say when I'm thinner, when I've been overweight for the past 5, almost 6 years now, and people saying something about me being overweight has never really affected me. I've been pretty confident in my weight. That's kind of contradictory to the truth. I don't know. I kind of go back and forth on that. Some mornings I wake up and I am perfectly okay with being 300 plus pounds. And I'm just like, you know what, Armanda? You're a beautiful person inside and out, and screw what everybody else says. But then some mornings I'm just like, oh my gosh, how did you let yourself get to this point? But for the majority of the time, I haven't let people's outlooks and views of me being overweight bother me at all. But for some reason, the thought of somebody judging me at a thinner weight really seems to have an impact on my thought process right now. So I'm kind of concerned about that. I know it's silly, I know it's dumb, but that has been a concern of mine since day one, since I've considered having the weight loss surgery. Another thing that I've really been working on and preparing for are my vitamins. I've been knee deep in research for the best vitamin subscription for me, or the best vitamin regimen for me, because I definitely don't want to mess that part of this lifestyle up. It is so crucial that I have adequate amount of vitamins and nutrients running through my body every day during the right times, and that they get proportioned properly, and that they're being absorbed properly, and that I have good quality vitamins. So I've been just doing lots of research on vitamins, and just basically trying to find out what the best route for me is. And they're expensive, and so I've been doing lots of research on that and just trying to figure that out. I've basically boiled it down to 3 different things that I'm considering. I'll actually make another video about that when I make my decision, and I'll break it down and explain to you why I made the decision that I made. But right now I'm looking at, I believe it's called the Tespo, and it's basically a vitamin that it comes in a pod, and you put it in a machine and it turns it into like a shot of liquid for you, and you do that 2 to 3 times a day, and they're already all pre-mixed and they're perfect amounts. The second option that I'm looking into is by Pro Now, and they offer all of the vitamins that you need specifically for bariatric weight loss. And then there's another company, maybe I think it's called Bariactive. I'm not sure on that, but that's really neither here nor there. I'm going to make another video just solely about vitamins. So, but, sorry, let me get comfortable. Vitamins have been a huge thought and huge part of my day, every day, of what I'm researching and kind of what I'm looking at, trying to get figured out. Along with the vitamins, another thing that I've really been looking into are different shampoos and different regimens that I can get for hair loss. Though I already have extremely thick hair and really coarse hair, I still don't want to lose a significant amount of hair. And it's basically inevitable. Like, you can't prevent losing some hair. But from what I'm understanding of other YouTubers and just other people in some of my bariatric support groups on Facebook, I'm on about 6 different pages on there. You can definitely control the amount that you use between biotin, a few other vitamins, some shampoos, and the amount of protein that you intake daily. So I'm doing lots of research on that, trying to figure out what shampoo regimen's the best for me, and which hair, skin, and nails or biotin supplements that I should purchase in addition to my daily vitamins. So that's kind of a big deal. And then, what else? I've been looking, I don't want to say I've been looking. I've been kind of sticking my toes in the water in the dating scene. Nothing extremely serious right now. I made a few dating profiles, because right before my 30th birthday, which was on October 20th, was my 30th birthday. But a few weeks leading up to that, I really started thinking, you know, how I didn't have a significant other, and how important it was for me to, number one, have a godly man in my life, but then number two, to have a man in my life that would be accepting of me now at my current weight and who I am, and then again later, and then that somebody that would just be kind of supportive through the process and just really understand my journey. So I made a few dating profiles, and that's just kind of experimental at this point. I haven't dated in years, so it's very awkward, and I just really don't know what to say, other than I always start off with how I'm looking for a godly man, and then of course about my children, and then thirdly I always add how big of a deal the bariatric surgery is to me and how I will be getting it here in the near future. So that's just been a process. I've actually been able to weed out numerous of guys just by making those 3 points. Number one, that God needs to be a main foundation in your life if you want anything to do with me, relationship wise. Number two, that I have children, and they're going to be a main priority and always will. And then number three, about my weight loss journey and the surgery that I'm going to have. Naming those 3 things, I think, has definitely thinned out the pool and weeded out guys who really, in my idea, would never even be candidates if you can't even be accepting or be a part of those 3 things. So that's kind of an interesting thing that's going on in my life right now. I've watched 2 people. One is a fellow YouTuber, and she's just recently had her surgery. And then also a girl who I met at one of my pre-op classes, she just had surgery. So I've been really monitoring them and kind of watching one's YouTube channel and then watching the other's Facebook and trying to keep contact and just really watch their journeys and see how those first few days, few weeks are, and just try to be supportive and lend a kind word, lend advice or support if I can in any way to those two girls. Let's see. We are no longer a month away. It's now only 17 days away, and I get to thinking about it, and so it's 17 days now, but then tomorrow it'll be 16, and then before you know it, it'll only be 14 days, which is 2 weeks, and then we'll be in the 1 week, and we're just so close. It's almost a reality. Not scared at all about the healing process. I'm not scared at all about the actual surgery. I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm kind of disappointed in myself for the way that I've kind of just binged on food constantly for the past 2 or 3 months. Like, it's been pretty bad. Actually, there's really no sense in it. But I think that's just my conscience, because I know that I am about to make the most life-changing decision in my life, other than becoming a child of God and becoming a mother. Other than those 2 things, this is probably the next most life-changing thing that I will ever do in my life. So, it's kind of expected to have some hesitation and have some anxieties and kind of things going on. And I definitely think that's why I've overindulged. I've looked back into my gym membership. I'm going to be able to get back into the gym. I'm actually looking, this is kind of silly. I just sold a perfectly good treadmill about a year ago when I actually moved into this house. I sold it so I wouldn't have to move. And I find myself keep venturing back to the Nordic Track website and just being all googly-eyed over their newest treadmills and things like that. So, looks like at the beginning of the year I'll probably be purchasing a new treadmill and also going to the gym. I don't know. Once again, I've started rambling like I do in every single video, but basically, I just kind of wanted to lay out there kind of what's going through my mind, how I'm feeling at the moment, being 17 days in from surgery. I'm excited to go shopping. Yeah, I'm really excited to go shopping. I don't know. The new year's going to be so different. Everything's going to be so different. I am actually extremely curious of how my body is going to bounce back. If me only being overweight for 5 years will have any difference on how my skin goes back and things of that nature. If I will eventually require plastics, or if that will even matter to me. Another thing that I've definitely been thinking about is my before and after pictures. I've got to immediately start taking some before pictures, because I've really noticed that, I guess in the past 5 years, I really don't have very many full body pictures. I just always delete them. Because for the past 5 years, I've always just felt like the fat girl with the pretty face. And so, I always just kind of crop my face and throw my body part away. So I need to get some accurate, full body photos from every angle. And then I also need to decide on what I'm going to wear for those photos, because I would like to wear the same article of clothing on the top and the bottom from like start to finish all the way out, so that you can see the difference, not only just in the body, but how things fit me. but I just don't know how that's really going to work with my hips and my chest. But I guess we'll see. Guys, just keep me in your prayers, and if you have any questions, please feel free to comment. Please like and subscribe. I'll make some more videos. Ask me if you have any videos you would like me to make, if you have any suggestions, anything of that nature. I love you, and I appreciate you watching, and let's do this thing together. Thanks, guys. Bye.